Hello, my name is Shane McAuliffe and you're very welcome to come farm with me. I'm a pig farmer in Castleisland, County Kerry, and my family have 4 farms where we have 2,000 sows, and the breeding and rearing and finishing of pigs are all together on the one site. So on today's episode you'll see what life is like on an Irish pig farm, looking at the whole production process, starting from the gilts, which are the immature females, the dry sows, the farrowing process, the weaner pigs, the finishers and the feed mill. So the first step on any pig farm is biosecurity, and biosecurity refers to any measure that we carry out to prevent the entry or spread of disease into a farm. So all visitors on our farm, including the staff, need to shower in every morning. So all visitors need to sign in the visitor book when they come in, so that's stating where they are from, their car registration and how long they've been free from any other pigs. This is a requirement for our Borbia quality assurance scheme. So this is the farrowing house. So more or less it's the maternity unit. This is where the sows come about 5 days before they're due to farrow, and they give birth to approximately 15 piglets in a litter. So back in 2013 we were the first farm in the country to build a new farrowing house like this, in the way that we don't have a typical farrowing crate. So a farrowing crate is designed to protect the welfare of the piglets. However, over time welfare science has changed, and we now know that there's also an effect on the sow. So we designed this system whereby after a couple of days we're able to open out the system and the sow has full freedom to move around. So she's much happier, she's producing more milk, and it means that the piglets coming out of the system are actually heavier at weaning. So these pigs are about 5 weeks old. They were weaned last week, which meant that they left the sow and they came down here. So we keep them together in groups. So what you see here is 2 litters together, and it's really important that we perfect the environment for them. So the temperature has to be right. We have our air to water heat pads, which is basically like a hot water bottle. They're lying on that and it's getting hot water. They also have a lot of enrichment to keep them occupied, like shredded paper and Hessian sacks and other different types of toys as well. And they're here for about 8 weeks, and then they move on to the next stage of the farm. So our pigs are heated by renewable energy. This is an air to water heat system. This is bringing air from the outside. It's heating a liquid and then it's pumping the hot water directly to the pigs' pads. So today is a Tuesday, which means today one whole room of weaners gets emptied. So each pen is brought down here to the weighing scales. Then we get their transfer weight, and then they're brought down then into the finisher room, where they're going to be down here for 12 weeks. So pig farms operate an all-in, all-out system, which means all the pigs come into one room at the same time and leave at the same time. So in particular, this room here that we've just brought finisher pigs into, this was emptied last week. It was washed, dried, disinfected and dried again, and now it's getting this batch of pigs from above in the weaning section. So they're going to be here for 12 weeks before they leave the farm. So gilts are immature females that have not had their first litter. Basically, they're like the teenagers in the herd. We breed them ourselves, and they're brought into this room, which is the gilt house, and they're in this training system that helps them to use the feeding system, so that when they become older and they go into the next section, they're able to use it properly. So now we're in the dry sow house. So this is where all the pregnant females are. The gestation of a sow is about 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days. So they're here for that duration of time in these large groups. And then about 5 days before farrowing, they'll leave here and move over to the farrowing house. So this here is our feed mill, which makes feed for our pigs here on this farm and for our other farms. So basically what it comprises of is, behind me here you'll see the large bins. This is the raw material bins, the wheat, the barley, the maize, the soya, etc. Then up here we have our mineral bins. This is where the minerals for the different diets are added. then it's milled together in the yellow mill, then it's moved across to the red water tanks where the water is added and it's made like a type of porridge, and then it's pumped across then to the pigs at all the different stages. So this is our computer room. It is the brains behind the operation in terms of the mill, in terms of the feeding system, and in terms of all the production data. And pig farmers are really, really big on data because we can't improve what we don't measure. So this computer here has all of the information on the herd, ranging from different parameters like what the transfer weights were today of the pigs that we saw being moved on to the finisher rooms, what the weaning weights were for the pigs that were weaned last week that we saw in the weaning section, and all the different parameters for the sows. How many litters, the born alive figures from all the litters, the weaning weights, everything is on this system. Thank you for tuning in to my episode of Come Farm with me. I'm really looking forward to hearing all your questions that you have.